what's going on, buddy?
Just here helping the synergy. You know they need a lot of help.
Look at this shot. We gotta angle this way.
Wait a minute. Let me take one more. Perfect. Thank you. That's here for pictures.
There's Ryan repping PBIS, which stands for
Positive Behavior Intervention in Sports.
Sail the Mariner way.
Is that?
Sail the Mariner way.
I like that. I like that. Thank you so much. Hey. Taking a picture of the person taking the picture, taking a picture.
You know John Marinovich? Joel Dunlop.
Okay. Yeah, Danny. You breaking it down right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The families of the class of 2024.
Sorry.
Wow. That's a long time that we've been doing this. So I'd like to take an opportunity to welcome to the stage our award-winning choir under the direction of our choral director, Mrs. Holly Oda. Please welcome the Aptos High School Choir. We will do our best to be as professional and as melodic as they are. I'm always so proud when I get a chance to hear our students perform, and I'm sure many of you have seen our choir perform or have been to a performance here in our beautiful Performing Arts Center. So these are just a few of the things you have to look forward to in your future. So it takes a village to make Aptos High School happen. So on behalf of the Aptos High School administration, and we've got Ms. Chris Kunis and Mr. Smith here, along with Mr. Slider and myself, we're the administrative team. We also have here today our ASB president, Josh Powell, and he wants to share with you just a little snippet of his time here at Aptos High. Come on up, Josh.
Hey everybody, so like she said, my name is Josh Powell. I'm the ASB president this year. I've had the awesome opportunity to be a part of a lot of different things being ASB president. I've been able to see a lot of the performances from our choir, we just saw, who was amazing, and a lot of our drama performance, our musicals and plays I go on, and I get to be working with a lot of the clubs and sports teams, and I get to see the whole atmosphere of Aptos, and I get to see how awesome everyone is, and all the teachers and staff. And it really truly is the best place that I've been to school ever. I love the Aptos Junior High, but coming here, there's just so many more opportunities for so many different things. So I'm glad you guys are, hopefully you all are choosing to come to Aptos, and it is really awesome. And there's so many different opportunities. So even if you think you can't find something for you, like maybe you don't want to play any sports, there's drama and there's choir, and if there's none of those fit, then you can start a club. There's everything for everyone. So just know that when you come here, there's always people to help you, and there's always something for you to do. So thanks, guys.
That was a little bit unplanned, and that to me, the fact that Josh about 10 minutes ago, he says, do you want me to say a few words? Yep, I do. I want you to say a few words, Josh. And so to me, that's the kind of student that we are building here at Aptos High. I apologize, our screen is flickering a little bit, so we'll work on our technical difficulty there. So on behalf of our dedicated staff, the PBUSD leaders, our booster club, if you didn't get a chance to buy your Mariner wear or your 50th anniversary Mariner wear, our ASB students are selling that. They're available in the atrium after this as well. On behalf of our Board of Trustees as well, I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you for coming and thank you for spending your evening with us. If you were in the atrium earlier, you may have seen the census. If you haven't been thinking about how the census impacts us as a public school, please make sure you stop by their table. These slides will be posted for you on our website, and so you'll have a little bit more information about the census and why it's important that we all are counted. And so please make sure that you stop by and see them and that you take the opportunity to be counted, because it does impact the way that our schools are funded. So please, please, please get yourself counted as part of the census. Raise your hand if you are a freshman to high school, in that you're a parent and it's your first time being a high school parent. Okay, this slide's for you. So it turns out that every single day, the staff at Aptos High School, including my administrative team, we come here on purpose. It's not a mistake. This is our chosen life's work. It's our profession and we love it. So when you worry about, what's it going to be like to have a teenager in high school, we've been doing this, well, I don't want to put the years on it, but it's a long time. And we do it on purpose because we love it. So I want you to know that we're here for you. We are here to help take care of you. We're definitely here to take care of your kids. So rest in knowing that we've got your back. The other way that we have your back, as I said before, these slides will be posted. So if you're like, well, there's so much information, check our website. It'll be up there tomorrow. All right? So relax and enjoy. Here we go. So our mission, the mission of Aptos High, is to educate and support learners in reaching their highest potential. We prepare students to pursue successful futures and make positive contributions to the community and the global society. No small task, but we're up to it. There are over 75 teachers and certificated staff, another 50 support staff, as well as our administration. There are a lot of us here to help you. We have 3 school-wide goals. I'm not going to read them all to you, but they really sum up to making sure that our students are college and career ready. Career ready skills are the skills that you need to have a thoughtful conversation, be able to write a thoughtful and well-stated email to your boss. Those are career-ready skills, but those are also the skills you use in college. So that's our first goal. Our second goal is all about providing instruction to our students that meets their needs and meets them where they are to help them pursue their dreams. And our third goal is all about keeping Aptos High School safe, emotionally as well as physically safe, to make sure everybody has a great experience here. We focus on 4 A's: academics, activities, arts, and athletics. If you follow us on Twitter, if you see the Sentinel, if you look at the Pajaronian, we're often in there for our athletic endeavors, which is amazing, and we're so proud of our athletes, and I'll tell you more about that in a little bit. But I really want to make sure that you understand how important that all 4 of those are to Aptos High School. And that while we do have strong and wonderful athletic programs, you cannot get to those athletic endeavors unless your academics are doing well. And we're not doing a good job if we're not preparing you to hop off the field and be able to thoughtfully pursue your dreams and your career. Academics, our faculty is highly qualified. They provide cutting-edge curriculum, and they work so hard. You're going to have an opportunity after we're done in here to go over to our gym. All of our departments are there. We've got signs all around the gym so you can find your way. There were little half sheets that were being handed out. There was a little map of where the departments were, and they're all there to answer questions. We'll answer some of the general questions in here, and then you can talk to our faculty in there. We have 18 AP courses, and the first and only AP capstone program on the Central Coast is here. It's a 2-course sequence where students beginning as early as sophomore year all the way through senior year can take these 2 courses. These from all over the country. We have an over 98%, actually technically is 99%, graduation rate, meaning that we graduate our students. They come to Aptos High School and they graduate from Aptos High School. And we are building our CTE, which is Career Technical Education Pathways. Speaking of our CTE pathways, we have our video production class. I think there's students here videoing tonight. We have graphic design, we've got building trades, we have a lot of courses, but we will have a new series of courses that will start next year, and we'll add more of them over the next couple of years, which is our signature pathway, which is biotechnology, which is what you see there in the center of the symbols. PBUSD took on the CTE, the Career Technical Education Program, from the County Office of Education last school year, and we're really proud of the work that we're doing here and actually at all 3 of our comprehensive high schools. So that's a huge accomplishment, and we have over 1/3 of our students who are this year enrolled in those courses, and we just know that that's going to continue to grow. These are the AP courses that we offer here at Aptos High School, and again, as I said, this will be posted on our website, so I just wanted you to know that there's quite a few. Activities, Ms. Emanuel, can you give me a big wave? Ms. Emanuel is our activities director. That's our leadership teacher. And over the last couple of years, we've done something new to Aptos High School that has been tremendous, which is we have added a freshman, sophomore leadership class for our freshmen and sophomore students. So if you are an 8th grader here tonight and you're thinking, man, I'm into school culture and I already have a pride for my school, that class is for you. That's a 9th and 10th grade leadership class, and then you go on, like Josh did, to take the 11th and 12th grade leadership class. Josh was our guinea pig. He was in the leadership class as a 10th grader before anyone else. You were a trailblazer, man. So activities that they take on all of our clubs. So when you're sitting here, you're thinking, well, I'm not really an athlete, I don't see myself as a performer, but you have a passion for something like chess or a passion for debate, and you're thinking, I'm not going to be a lawyer in the future. We've got a really strong debate club. So there's a lot of things like that you can do, not just some of the things that you might think of or that you've seen tonight. Freshman orientation will happen the week before school starts, and so you'll get information in our summer mailer on that. And really the goal of our ASB class is to spread joy and positivity throughout the campus. And they do that for staff and students alike, and so we're really grateful for them. They are cute. We have a world championship ROV team, and I know it sounds hyperbolic, it's not. They literally won the world championship. Our ROV team traveled to, I think it was North Carolina, or was it Tennessee? Now I'm forgetting. Tennessee, thank you. And their team won. So they are the world champion ROV team. They've presented to our school board, and that picture on the bottom right corner is them being honored by the Aptos Chamber of Commerce, Assemblyman Mark Stone, Supervisor Zach Friend. They're being honored there because of the hard work that they do, and they're a student-led organization. They have a teacher mentor and parent mentors as well, but it's all student-run. So if you're interested in coding and you're interested in engineering, that's for you. The arts are our third A. There's literally something for every student at Aptos High. Over half of our students this school year alone are enrolled in an art course, and that's visual or performing arts. And there's our choir. Raise your hand if you've done choir at the junior high school. Oh, awesome. So you've already been on this stage. This is home for you. You know what you're doing. Awesome. Okay, cool. Our fall musical this year was Singing in the Rain, and I'm not joking when I tell you my daughter and I were here. She's 9, she's in 3rd grade, she's taking tap, and she literally tap danced in the aisles and then out through the atrium. It was such a fun show, and it's a high quality that we get out of our students. Our theater director, Stacy Ronavici, puts on amazing, amazing shows. The visual arts at Aptos High School, kind of when you look around our campus, you'll see evidence. They've been everywhere. You'll see evidence of them when you come to back to school night in the fall. We've got murals painted kind of everywhere. They're happy artists, our students. Athletics, we have tons and tons of athletes here at Aptos High School, and many of them, like Josh and others, are 3-sport athletes, meaning they play a sport in every season, fall, winter, and spring. We have over 800 athletes participating in our athletic program, and that actually makes our athletics program the largest in the county, and that includes Cabrillo and UCSC in terms of the breadth and scope of our programs. We have over 50 teams in 26 sports, and we've got championships all over the place, including this year, maybe some of you followed it in the papers, our girls volleyball team actually traveled over 1,500 miles. Oh, hi, Alana. There's one of our varsity state champion volleyball players.
It was the first time that girls volleyball won a state champion title for girls volleyball, and then we made a comeback to NorCal since 1992.
So pretty amazing, and in fact, over the course of about 2 weeks, I think it was, they put about 1,500 miles in, traveling from up to Marin, and then eventually the state championship was down in Orange County. So it was a dedicated group of athletes and coaches and parents who traveled, as well as some of our administrators and teachers who actually hopped on the road and went along with them. It was a really exciting fall. If you have any questions regarding athletics, Mr. Fox is our new athletic director. He joined us this year after many of you knew Mark Dorfman was our longtime athletic director, and he retired after 30 plus years, and Travis he's doing a great job. He loves what he's doing. He is highly motivated. He is just so warm and understanding, and kids are really getting to know him, and it's been a really good transition. We're really happy with the work that he's doing, and we see that our programs are going to continue to grow. And just a couple of highlights, you'll see there some of our great teams. This is currently the winter sports season, and so we're actually getting close to the end of our regular season for winter sports. And it's a happy cheer team right there in front of the football players. And what's Matt doing there? He's multifaceted. And those are our sports for fall, winter, and spring. So the winter sports are wrapping up right now, heading into the league playoffs, and then they'll be many of them will be heading into the Central Coast section, CCS championships as well. It's a lot. Here at Aptos High School, we really do care about the whole student, so we take wellness seriously. Your overall wellness is a combination of all aspects of your health. One of the cool things that we did about 4 years ago, we used to have a 1-semester health class with a 1-semester technology class, and we realized we could really use that health curriculum as like a homeroom for our freshmen. And the transition from the middle school or junior high to high school, it can be challenging for some students and their parents. And so because of that, we now offer this year-long course where our health teachers are some of our most dynamic and engaged teachers, where they really look at the curriculum. They spread out about a semester's worth of curriculum, and then they add to it so many things about how to succeed in high school. We do a lot of presentations with our counselors in the health and human biology curriculum. So they really try to use that as a place for students to get the tools that they need to succeed, and we're really grateful for that. Here at Aptos High School, our parents are involved. You know, as a high school educator, as a principal of a local high school, I have a lot of people ask me all the time, like, oh, is this school a good school? What do you know about that school? Is that a good school? And I honestly will say to them, and I'll say it to you, it's a good school if the families are involved. So family involvement is the key, it's the secret sauce, if you will, to the great experience that students have in school. So all of you, or excuse me, many of you, some of you may be thinking, well, you know, it's high school, they really need you to buck up and pull themselves up by the bootstraps, and it's time to get serious and knuckle down. They still need you. They need you actually as much now, if not more. They are kind of navigating their way through things that are more challenging, social pressures that are more challenging. So that's why I started out by saying we have your back. We have those tools and we share them with you, but they need you to be involved. I have a 20-year-old who is now a junior at San Francisco State, and we said, okay, sure, go ahead and study abroad. He's actually spending an entire year in Denmark this year. We went to go visit him this fall, and I didn't look at a single map because he was completely in charge. And I'm a pretty competent person. I mean, I wasn't nervous about doing it myself, but I didn't have to, because he really was able to take that on himself. And there was a moment we were on the train, and I thought, this is what I tell parents all the time, like, spend the time, put the time in when they're still in high school, build up those skills, because they really are so competent and wonderful. So he's doing great things right now because we pushed, but we also gave him the support. So I encourage you to do the same. Get involved in our booster club, get involved in our site council, and come to the performances and games. It's really fun. Are you ready to hop on up here, Mr. Slider? Do it.
So thank you, everyone. One thing that I want to mention before I get started with my half of the presentation is I was where you were about 3 years ago. I do have an Aptos High School student that attends here. He's a junior, and I believe in this school so much that I wanted him to go here, and he gave it a try, and he absolutely loves it. He found his niche. He is into sports. He has his group of friends. And he's really expanded and really increased his confidence over the last 3 years as he's been here at Aptos High School. So I just wanted to let you know, I'm not only an assistant principal, but I'm also a client and parent too. So a typical freshman schedule is going to be what you see up here. Health and Human Biology is the full title, but it's our health class, as Ms. Pugh was talking about before. English class, there's some different types of English classes that the ninth graders can take. And so many of you who have junior high students right now have already met some of the counselors here, but those counselors visited the school's social studies classes, and you've already acquired some of the course request materials. And so you'll probably go home tonight and think about it tomorrow, and your future ninth grader will be picking their classes for here. And you'll see some of the different combinations, and we'll show you a sample of that if you haven't seen that form yet. We do have math. We'll talk a little bit more about math and math placement here at Aptos High School and PVUSD. All freshmen take biology. All freshmen take some form of physical education, whether it's PE 1 or if they are a freshman football player, then they would be in the freshman football class. And they also get 2 elective choices. And what you can see here compared to maybe some of the other schools that your students are attending currently is that we have 7 classes. And probably about 5, 6 years ago, somewhere around there, we made the conscious decision and the heavy work to switch our bell schedule from 6 classes to 7 classes with the sole purpose of having equity for all students and making sure that all students have the ability to take any class that they really want to take here. And then if you want to get a little bit more information on what the students saw with the counselors on Monday, at the very bottom you see that it says the Class of 2024 Course Request Presentation. You can click on that and then you can see what the counselors shared with your students if they're junior high. I'm not going to go over this. We thought it would be a good idea to put this on the slide. This is the graduation requirements, starting with the class of 2023. So our current freshmen are using this as their graduation requirements. And this is for all of PVUSD, not just Aptos High School. The big theme on this is if a student graduates in the Pajaro Valley Unified School District, they're also graduating a minimum eligibility to be able to go to a UC or CSU. And that's a very powerful thing to know. And so this, again, is going to be in the slide. We'll share that, and you'll be able to review that as well. Just a quick note on English. We do have 3 different English classes that are available to the freshmen. English 1 Accelerated is available to freshmen. Any student can be in English 1 Accelerated. They just have to request it. And then as we go through the course request process, there's only so many seats, so we do have to look at the data, see how many course requests there are, and we try to create our sections based on that. Something to note about the accelerated course is that there's a summer assignment. It is for that student that really wants to challenge themselves. And one of the things that I know about the English 1 Accelerated class is that they do a lot of their reading at home. So there's a lot of homework that is related to the reading that they're doing. They do a little bit of reading in class, but the majority of it is at home. We also have something called Ethnic Studies. That class is open to both freshmen and also for sophomores as well. So let's say that you decided that you wanted to take just English just because you're trying out high school, and then you decided, you know, I really heard a lot of good things about the Ethnic Studies class. You can also take that as a 10th grader and have that serve as your 10th grade English class. And the reason for it is that that class is written with literacy standards that are at the 9th grade and 10th grade level. So you can take it either way. And whether it's English 1, English 1 Accelerated, or Ethnic Studies, all of them are considered college prep. And so the majority of our classes, I would say 90% to 95% of our classes that are for the general public are college prep. And what that means is that the University of California recognizes them as having enough rigor to get those students ready for college. Mathematics. So a few years back, PVUSD had made the strategic decision to go ahead and change from the traditional math to the international or integrated math style. If you're coming from Aptos Junior High, you probably know that as Common Core. Gosh, Common Core math. And so you're looking at your students' math homework and you're seeing that, and it's looking a little bit familiar and it looks a little bit different, and they're being asked to do different kinds of things than what we were used to doing when we were taking math classes. And then if you rewind even further back into the elementary school years, that was really Common Core math, where it was asking you to do a math problem and explain it in 10 different ways of how you've been able to get that problem accomplished. And so this kind of picks up from that. And so in the math classes that we have here, there's a lot of collaboration that happens between students. Students do discovery of math problems. They collaborate, they discuss. And our sequence that we have here is Math 1, Math 2, and Math 3. For students that are starting at Aptos High School, the most appropriate place for them is Math 1. If your student is currently an 8th grader and they're taking Algebra 1 at a different school outside of the junior high, or they're taking Math 1, then they would automatically be placed into Math 2 in the course sequence. If you feel that at the junior high level, your student didn't have that opportunity to be in Algebra 1 as an 8th grader, or be in Math 1 as an 8th grader, what we do here at Aptos High School, and this is part of an assembly bill in California that's required of all schools, is we reevaluate students within the first 10 days. And what that looks like is, you probably are familiar, if you have a student in PVUSD, you take the MAP. That's the measure of academic performance. That's a norm assessment that we consider our benchmark. Hundreds of thousands of students take that test throughout the United States. When students take it, it's a computer adaptive test. What that means is that as a student answers the question, if they answer the question correctly, the computer knows to bump up the hardness on the question. And so then they answer that question. If they get that right, then it bumps up the hardness until finally it kind of plateaus where they're getting some right, they're getting some wrong, and it kind of gets you where it thinks you are based on what you can answer. There's a percentile score and there's a RIT score. The percentile score is based on how your student is performing compared to everyone else in that grade level that took the test. The RIT score is kind of is a score that's used to help measure growth. So what will happen, fast forward into the fall, your students will take the MAP assessment. That will be in reading and in mathematics. That will be within the first 10 days of the school year. Once we know those results, if a student was to score in the 90th percentile, they get invited to take the end of the year Math 1 assessment. What that basically means is they get to take the Math 1 final. And depending on how they do, if they score 70% or better, that's a C or better on those standards, then they would be invited to take the Math 2 test. We try to make that process as quickly as we possibly can. It does last a few weeks, but what I tell parents when they're a little bit worried about having their kid go into the Math 2 a little bit later than everyone else, what we're thinking about is setting up your student's math placement right now for the next 4 years. So the end game is, where are they going to be in 4 years? And so this is one point of acceleration that students can do. There's another point of acceleration that happens between Math 2 and Math 3. And if you want to be able to get more information on that, we posted the link to the PVUSD Mathematics webpage here. I will also be in the gym. I have a bunch of business cards, so if you have questions about math placement, just find me, and I don't mind talking math at all. I was a former math teacher and a former science teacher as well. So this is for the Aptos Junior High parents and students that are here. The counselors went into the social studies classes on Monday. They handed the students a handout that has all the course offerings that we have for freshmen and the graduation requirements on the back page. They also shared a presentation to them, and that was posted in the last slide. What I posted here is the class of 2024 counseling drop menu page here. So if you want to get more information on the course request process, besides that handout and the presentation that there's a link to, you can get that information here. Students will bring back that form on Friday. Our counselors will go back into the social studies class, and then your students are going to actually input their courses. Sometime in March, I think it's around March 10th, then you would receive what's called a course verification form. And that's to verify that the courses that you and your student talked about that are on the form, that actually got inputted into the computer accurately. So it's a checks and balances that we have here. Or if there's a change of mind and saying, hey, we had a discussion, I really want to try that accelerated English class, let's do that, you can then ask for changes to the request. And it's our last way of being able to give you that opportunity to have that input. We do ask that parents sign off on that, and we do collect that particular form. Here's an example of a freshman course request form. As you can see here, we have Sarah Seadragon. Student ID 8675309. And those are the current courses that you see that we have available. And this could be a typical request that we have here. So they're going to bring that. I really tried to stay in tune. I'm not a very good singer, so I appreciate there weren't any boos. And I wasn't really trying to be funny. As you can take a look up there, what you're going to see is that there's some courses that were already checked for you. We pre-populate those in there. So like the biology class, that's already going to be in there, so that's a done deal. The Math 1 or Math 2, depending on where you're coming from, we look at student data and we know exactly where we need to place you. That's going to be a done deal as well. And at the very bottom, you can see that there is a digitized check mark for the health and human as well. So to the 9th grade year, and those students are already pre-approved. They matriculate into Aptos High School. If you have a non-Aptos High School, Aptos Junior High School student, the deadline for intras was December 19th, 2019, so that was last year. However, the district will still take applications. They'll take that and you'll be placed on a wait list. And our registrar will wait for the district office to finalize and approve all of the intras. They do all that. They will share that information with us. And then our registrar will go ahead and personally call the families to make sure that you're still interested in wanting to attend Aptos High School. Once that happens, then our registrar will give you the registration paperwork to enroll into the school, and you'll be able to then request classes. So all that stuff kind of has to happen in kind of a tight order in order for us to make sure that we get your student's request into the computer so we can get your student a schedule. And again, if you have any questions about that, our registrar is out in the atrium. I will also be out in the gym as well. Students that live in our attendance area but go to a private school. The only thing that you need to do is make sure that you get the paperwork to enroll into Aptos High School. There are some requirements there, like showing proof of residency and all that kind of stuff. And get that into our register as soon as possible. We like to have the deadline towards the end of this month. Because then what that means is we can really get your request, we can get it into the system and make sure that it's in there with all of the other junior high requests as well. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic back to Principal Q. She's going to close out our presentation. Thank you.
Talk about all the exciting stuff, and then he was like, all details, man. So it's important, though, that you follow those deadlines. And again, this slideshow is going to be posted on our website, so if there was any part of that you weren't clear about, obviously you can check there. But tonight, if you have questions about some of these things, as Ben said, he's going to be available in the gym. I will as well. Sylvia, our registrar, is in the atrium, and she'll be there for a while as well. So at this point, the Mariner Expo is going to continue, but we're going to, in a really very calm and orderly fashion, we're going to be heading over there. So to do...
This is a Brusconi Foster Thomas law firm, conveniently located in downtown Morgan Hill. Their employees have extensive experience. They opened in 1956 and serve citizens in Monterey, Santa Clara, San Benito, and even Santa Cruz County. Their employees are active in serving their communities through leadership and volunteering roles. The staff at Brusconi Foster Thomas law firm are knowledgeable and experienced in trusts, estate planning, probate, litigation, and business law. Go give them a call for all your law-related needs at 408-779-2106.
Are you looking for art supplies? Well, you come to the right place. Come into Art Supplies Inc., located in 7960 Soquel Drive, Aptos. There's hundreds of different colored paper and paints and a huge variety of paintbrushes for your artistic needs. Art Supplies Inc. is open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6. Come on in.
Welcome to Lamberto's Construction. Lamberto's Construction doesn't only do construction, it does much more. This is one of his tractors. Lamberto's Construction puts concrete, builds fences, gardening, and more fences, and more concrete. It's worth it. Call at 831-254-1319. Open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Thank you.
Do you need excavation, trenching, or grading services? If so, call Coastline Tractor and Groundworks. We've been working in the Tri-County area since 1983 and are fully licensed and insured. Here at Coastline Tractor and Groundworks, we have the equipment to take on a wide variety of jobs, including septics, site prep, and road repairs. Check our website, coastlinetractor.com, for more information, or call us at 831-761-1440 to get a free estimate on your next job. That's 831-761-1440.
Are you in the middle of a long-distance move? Do you have artwork you want shipped? Furniture? A piano? ShipSmart is the place for you. They specialize in small moves going long distance and efficiently custom package and ship items of all kinds. Meet John Kessler, an entrepreneur, family-oriented businessman that created ShipSmart to make moving easier and more efficient. With the help of his team, John has been able to build a business that excels in customer service and dependable shipping procedures. To learn more about ShipSmart, you can visit their website at shipsmart.com, or you can call them at 866-333-8018.
West-Tech Electric. West-Tech Electric is a family-owned business, hardworking, and takes passion in their work. West-Tech Electric excels at lighting and can help reform your house. West-Tech Electric can also work on pipelining to help bring power to your power panels. If you are experiencing electrical power problems, West-Tech Electric is the place to call. Our number is 831-566-8982. Once again, that is 831-566-8982.